fact, you know what? Tell us about Kanos. This is taking it back into the
This is before LCGC.
No.
Yeah. Kanos was one of the first contemporary Christian bands here in the UK. Its members were, and if I remember all the names, Joel Edwards, who was the head of the Evangelical Alliance, was the lead guitarist. It was myself playing keyboards and vocals. Joe Pitt from of South London, great songwriter, keyboardist, and singer. Carl Booth, vocalist, frontman, excellent frontman. My brother Errol on the kit. A guy called Derek McIntyre on the bass. That man is lightning. Great groove and feel from him. He's still playing around in circuit now. And there's Verl, who was the rhythm guitarist, and Keith, percussionist. Yeah, I think I remembered all the members.
The band. I thought it was like a four-piece.
We caused a riot. No, it's a big band. We caused a riot back then because the church was not ready for the type of music and the image. I used to wear a camel hair, camel skin hat, fur coat, and platforms. I mean, I had hair back then, but not quite as much as I have now. And we had an image. It was 70s, and we had an image that was funky, a bit like the soul bands back then. And we would have concerts sometimes in the back hall of churches. I remember having a concert in the back of the New Testament church in Woolsden, and the elders came back and said, no, we can't have this, stop the dancing. Because the youngsters were getting down dancing. They'd never seen that before. In church.
That's why they start playing music in church where ladies start going crazy.
Yeah. And the youngsters were doing proper dancing. And, the elders were just, it's Church of God this, you can't do this here. But we kept on going, and the youngsters loved it. And that kind of spread, the word spread as a result, because, of course, the youngsters went out and told everybody about it.
That's why you took LCGC out of the church and more into like the clubs and
yeah, yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, because the music needs to be out there. The church has had it for many years, and it has a wonderful way of reaching people who are not churched. And it promotes the Christian faith, but it also promotes wholesome living. It will address issues that we're facing today, like all of the crimes that the young men and the young women are getting into. It addresses all of those things, and I think music needs to do that because youngsters on a whole across the world will relate to it. So it's a wonderful music that will get into places that the preachers will never get into. So having it in going into clubs and all the different types of festivals, that's where I get my biggest buzz. Glastonbury, or the blues festivals, the jazz festivals. Here in Europe, the North Sea Festival. We're off to Denmark soon to play jazz festivals out there. We're probably out to Ghana in September to play gigs out there. We get to get around, and we're not necessarily in church events. So we'll walk on a stage, and maybe a rock or jazz or blues band or funk band would just gone off the stage. We drop right in the middle of that. That is where it's at for me, and that's where we need. It works absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, amazing at Glastonbury the other day to see the response. And if you look on our website, just check our guest book and see some of the comments from the people who were there. People who are hearing us for the first time, it's music that they say just lifts their spirit. It does something for you. It hits straight into your heart and stirs something. It makes you grin from ear to ear because it releases an amazing feel-good factor within your soul. And that is what gospel music is about.
And it's definitely touched me. It's touched everybody that hears it. I mean, I've seen the guest book. I've spoken to people in the audience after we've done a show and stuff, and they can all say that they've felt something as and when they've been in at the concert and they've walked out with something. And I mean, that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? It's touching other people and getting people to.
Music is probably the most underrated activity because it has so many wonderful elements for young people to learn teamwork. You listen, you play together, you got to listen to the musicians you're playing with in order to make the thing work. You learn coordination, you learn to respect authority, because somebody needs to be in charge to coordinate things. The whole interacting thing between human beings is where we need to be keeping youngsters, allowing them to learn how to relate one to another. and not transferring it in or trying to transfer it into other things and machines. Those things can't respond in a human manner. And we need more of that.
Keep music live. That's
Yeah, absolutely, keep it live. Keep it live.
That's how. Well, this is how the edge came about. I.e., the LCGC have got to this level, as you said earlier, and now you're pushing. It's branched off and trying to get other people, i.e., Stephanie, Io, off into do their own thing as part of under the LCGC umbrella, and just showcasing their work, and then the new generation, if you like, of music and sound and stuff, and it's working. I mean, I heard we came in the studio earlier. We heard Io working on a new track for the Edge album, and fantastic.
Yeah, it's
a
kind
new
of
dance track,
dancey kind of track,
like
house
a
dancing.
house track.
It's taking another approach.
Yeah,
You're gonna hear it in the clubs. You're gonna hear it in the rest of it.
Absolutely. And that's the only way we're going to be able to get into those places, get the top radio stations playing the music. It's by making the music relative to what people are listening to today. It needs to lock into that particular, those styles, those genres, so that when it goes on the turnstile or wherever they're played, it matches up to everything else that's happening around. But lyrically, it's cutting through on another level. Yeah.
And the Edge is the latest album where we can hear all this. It's
Yeah.
the latest album
The-
under the LCGC umbrella, right?
Yeah, and watch this space because we plan to be turning out other albums. We've got some wonderful singers in the group. Our plan is to get these people recorded and get them going out and letting people know that this is a nurturing ground for artists, all varieties. You know, as long as they've been in the group and they're in the family of the choir. It's about developing people who have been giving to the choir, who've been investing in the choir. So in turn, we turn around and give them a platform, give them some help in getting their own dreams and vision, their dreams being realized.
You know what that means, isn't it? That means you're gonna get to hear Madonna do her own thing.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get to hear Annette Bowen.
Annette. Wow.
If you haven't heard these guys sing, then
Zadetone, there's Waleed, Stephanie. Stephanie's yet to record her own album. I mean,
I thought
it's in the process. It's in the process. It's coming.
I thought that. I thought she was doing it.
we need to get it out there. It's just so people can hear what's happening here, because sometimes you look back on what comes out of America, and sometimes people feel, oh, we don't have anything like that here.
You got your own thing.
You've got to do our own
Do
thing.
your own thing.
We have it here.
You do
UK.
you, let them do them.
We're in the UK. Do your own thing.
So they can hear something that's different to what they're bringing over here, and hopefully they'll learn to appreciate.
Oh yeah.
What's going on here.
It has been fantastic sitting down for the past couple of hours speaking to the one and only Reverend. It's been a couple of hours.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah.
A great day, and we've got to hear his vocal, which I know you've all been waiting for, and I know you're going to rewind this just to go back to listen to that one little part. But it's been great, Rev. Thank you.
Thank you for the invite.
Don't forget, you can find the Edge LCGC on the website lcgc.org.uk. Check it out. Leave a comment. Oh, look out, and up, or up and out. Doesn't matter. Look out for the Edge interview coming next. We're gonna get one ready for you.
Oh yeah.
Leonn Carlton Unplanned exclusive.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Holla.